Hello, everyone. Welcome back to True Green and Gold. It's been a little bit since I've been able to get any content up, just with life getting in the way. But I'm back with Week 10 picks. Elks are kicking off the week once again with a game against the Blue Bombers and trying to avoid a 22nd consecutive home loss. Obviously, wholesale changes were made in the bye week, but will this ultimately get the Elks into the win column for the first time this season as they take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers? Jarius Jackson and Trey Ford definitely have a tall task this week as they go up against arguably the best bookend duo of pass rushers in the CFL. Offensive line is going to have to play its best game of the season. Nonetheless, I said it before and I will stick with it. Not picking the Elks at home until they win a game. I do think that, much like the game we saw in Winnipeg a few weeks ago, the Elks will give it a good shot, but I just don't think, even with new outlook on offense, that they're going to be ready to take on and defeat a team of Winnipeg's caliber. Next up, we have the Riders going east once again to Montreal to take on the Alouettes. These are two teams that week to week don't quite know what you're ever going to see out of them. You could see a really great game or a really bad one. Overall, I feel like Montreal has been really solid in nearly every game they've played this season. They played the Argos really tough a few weeks ago, even in a loss. But I will say, have been impressed with Mason Fines so far. He's not MOP level by any means, but he's been solid. And of course, the Riders have a bevy of receivers. Jake Wieneke really made a difference when he came back last week. And of course, you got Sean Bain, who's been great all season. Samuel Emilus, Tevin Jones, a lot of great options there on the outside. But over and over again, we have seen the Saskatchewan defensive line really make a difference in games. And that is leading me to pick the Riders in an upset this week. I think they get a road victory here. Next up, we have Calgary and the BC Lions at BC Place. Remains to be seen if Vernon Adams will play in this game. Dane Evans did not have a good day in Winnipeg last time out for the Lions. Meanwhile, Calgary is coming off an upset victory over the Argos. First loss of the year for Toronto. Even with all this in mind, I'm still going to go with BC in this one. Calgary to me is still just too up and down. I think they're going to come down after last week's big win. And then lastly, we close out the week with Ottawa going to Toronto. Dustin Crum has been erratic in the last few weeks. Seems like teams are doing a lot better job of containing him in the pocket. And while he has been able to find Justin Hardy and Nate Behar in some of these games, lack of options in the running game put too much pressure on Crum, in my opinion, and it's started to really slow down that attack. Really, the opportunistic defense of the Red Blacks was not getting enough credit. And I think Toronto probably got a wake-up call last week. Of course, Chad Kelly was not at 100%. I assume he'll be back in the lineup full go this week. And with that in mind, I'm going to go with the Argos taking it home. So there you have it. I have two road teams and two home teams winning this week. I was on a roll until last week and I was only 2-2. But we'll see how I fare this week. See you next time.